So we're back,
Yep.
as always.
Always back.
You know, why would we miss a day? It's been like, what, 100-something episodes already?
140 episodes, I think, about. I'm not exactly sure.
Like in total?
I'd have to check.
Yeah, it's crazy. We've been doing this for so long.
Yep.
All right, cue the intro. Hello guys, Two Latin Brothers Podcast, also known as T.L.B.P. I'm Victor.
And I'm Adrian.
And we're back at it again with another vlog, because I felt like saying it this time.
Well, look. So I think we should point out, you can hear cicada in the background, and it's really loud.
Yeah.
And if you can still hear it after my post-edit, I'm sorry.
This is a really rushed episode, not gonna lie.
This is like super, this is probably the most rushed I think we've... there was one other time. There's one other time where I edited an episode in like 5 minutes and then hit upload.
Yeah. Fun times. Definitely not fun. It happens. You know, like the hardest edits.
I mean, the thing is you're not having to edit.
Yeah, I know.
I am.
I know.
I'm the one dying all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, there was something I wanted to talk about this week, but I can't remember what it is now.
Well, it seems like your fault. Well, we've been watching the show What If.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
And if you haven't seen it, spoiler warning right now.
No. We don't have to give a spoiler warning. We just have to talk about what you see in the trailers anyways, you know?
Okay, I mean, I guess, yeah.
So we watched the newest episode. The newest episode was with Chadwick.
Well, Chadwick voiced him, T'Challa.
Voiced T'Challa in the What If series.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was odd how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because, knowing who took part in it just made it all the more
just made it so much better. Yeah, I second that.
It was a really good episode.
It was a good episode.
If you haven't started watching it, I'd recommend it. We're not sponsored or anything. Just check it out. You know, it's not...
Link in the description.
No. But go check it out. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it. You know, the MCU's crazy.
It's growing a lot.
It's absurd. There's a lot of stuff happening.
There's so much stuff happening now that apparently they're saying that it's just gonna keep growing because there's so many characters.
Yeah. And
the thing is
for context, if you don't know what the MCU is, it's the Marvel cinematic universe. Yeah. So
I was telling you how recently the Snake Eyes movie came out.
Yes.
The G.I. Joe movie.
I mean, not recently, pretty close recent.
Okay, so a couple of months ago, or I think it was a month ago. That movie came out, and a lot of people were like, well, it was like an origin story and this whole thing. But what was really interesting to me is that Hasbro, the company that owns the rights to these toys, also owns Transformers.
Yeah.
I was telling you how they want to build their own cinematic universe with the G.I. Joe. But get this, they also want to add the Transformers in there as well. Yeah. So suddenly you'll see Snake Eyes, and then out of nowhere you'll see Optimus Prime on screen.
That would just be so odd to me.
It would just be like the crate.
Just imagine Snake Eyes taking down a Decepticon solo
with a sword.
What is that? You see the military struggling with guns.
I mean, I think I'd still pay to watch that, though.
I mean, definitely.
I'd still pay to watch
It's like Fast and the Furious and Jurassic World. Let's do that. I'm down. Let's do that. Let's actually do that. I'm so down to see Vin Diesel drive a car straight out of T-Rex. I'm so down for that.
Because family.
It's just... Honestly, there's so many crazy movies.
You know what's funny? Is that movies use family as, the main thing to, get through everything.
Yeah. Or friendship.
No, that's anime. Anime uses friendship.
Oh, yeah.
We get through everything because of friendship.
Fairy tale. Naruto. One Piece. Yep. Kind of. I don't know.
But, all of these things, we find a way to do it because of friendship.
Because of friendship, exactly. It's just...
And then movies, it's I would bend over backwards for my family. It's always like that, though.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have some form of reason to fight. You have something to protect. Right.
I mean, you have to give the protagonist something, right?
Yeah. I mean,
imagine
unless you're Batman or something, and
you're an orphan.
You're an orphan, right?
But that's the backstory is what makes him who he is.
Yeah, I know. But
he lost his family tragically.
He doesn't want anyone else to lose their family tragically.
So he jumps in every night.
Yeah.
Every night.
Sometimes daytime.
But sometimes in the day.
Yeah. Sometimes in the day.
This guy
maybe on weekends.
This guy doesn't
not really much. Yeah. Just a little bit. You can reach him from 9 to 5. Just not at 12. 'Cause he's got lunch. Or actually at 9 because he sleeps late. because he's working at night.
Batman's more nocturnal than most people because he's like working all night, and then in the daytime he's like, I wonder if I tinker with this part of the bat suit.
Yeah, no, like honestly, his like the amount of stuff this man does at night, his subordinates are running everything.
Yeah,
everything. Like the whole empire is not really run by him.
Yeah. Well,
like, what does he know?
The whole company?
Yeah.
Even though he's CEO?
I know, he's CEO, but it's just like, my assistant,
Yeah.
Take care of that, yeah.
There's always that one guy in the back.
Not unless there's something that needs to happen.
Yeah. Like, there's an event,
and he
needs to show up.
And he needs to show up, he'd be like, oh, dang. Like, I gotta go to work.
I gotta go in.
I gotta go in. And then something terrible all of a sudden happens to the event he so had to be at.
Yeah.
And then he has to change, and he's just like, man, just when I thought I'd have a break, I was picking up my wine glass, great fine white wine.
It's like I was chilling, having a good time.
But didn't you notice that? Every Bruce Wayne event.
Yeah.
Something tragic has to happen. He's like, oh man, I gotta go change.
People gotta stop going to these events.
I know, like, stop making so many events in the year. Like,
it's not his fault. I mean, like, you gotta talk to the investors.
Yeah, like the investors are like, we're starting up a new branch of the company. It's like, we gotta have a party for this.
Or they're doing a new thing where like they're helping the community. It's always something like that.
Isn't he mayor too? So he has all the mayor like things to do
for a slight run, but not always. That was the Arrow.
Yeah,
I mean the Green Arrow.
Well, yeah, but doesn't he also become mayor?
Yeah, he was a CEO.
Okay.
And then he became the CEO of...
Who are you talking about? You've confused the audience.
Okay, I'm talking about the Green Arrow. The Green Arrow.
I was never talking about the Green Arrow.
No, I know, but I'm telling you that Green Arrow is the guy who became mayor. Batman never became mayor, as far as I'm aware.
Really?
Yeah.
He's just always saving the mayor. He's just too busy. Always saving that guy.
He's just too busy.
Isn't he like some fat guy in the comics or something?
I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've read comics.
So scratch your head. It's been we have lives.
Yeah, we have lives.
Even though all you do all day.
Okay, we're gonna stop this. We're gonna stop this. We're gonna move on off topic. Okay, we need to just not get into this right now.
You just sound like a life shock.
I just no.
Remember that one time?
No, I don't remember it. I refuse to remember anything you want to speak of.
Okay, well,
remember that one time that
I was just gonna say that I think that as far as like it comes to like superheroes,
yeah,
I mean these guys
pretty well versed.
No, I mean these guys have really
variety
or really crazy like lives.
Yeah.
Because, like, their crunch time, like, they got, like, 5 minutes for lunch, man.
And I barely want to get... The first thing I do when I wake up is go back to sleep.
And the worst part of it all is it's not a paid job.
I know. Like, I wish I could just get paid to sleep. Well, actually, you can get paid to go to sleep.
If you, like, partake in a sleep study.
Partake in a sleep study where they connect you and hook you up. But, like, honestly, I'd have so much fun with that. Because I'd be screwing with them because I can lucid dream. Just mess them up.
They'd be like, these guys' brain readings are off the chart.
Like, he's still awake.
Yo, man, open your eyes. You're still awake, aren't you?
And I'm just like...
just deep in it.
I'm just actually asleep, but I look like I'm awake. So in reality, I just never actually get sleep.
I think my brain's like that because I'm always thinking.
No, see... Like, if I'm extremely tired, I can't do it. I pass out and I wake up the next morning.
Okay, you have to understand something.
Yeah.
That is me.
Every night. Well, not every night.
Well, like, every
You've
night.
had those rare few instances.
Yeah. But I mean, like, okay, so my sleep starts like this. And me overthinking everything of the day.
Okay.
And then I just pass out and then I'll wake up.
Yeah. See, that's an issue. Like, especially, like, when I was in school, like, I used to do that so much. I just, like, overthink. I would literally go through an entire scenario of how my day would go. And the worst part, okay, look, sometimes my dreams get way too strong. Like, so strong where, like, I know I'm in the dream, but I need to sleep, okay? And I just kind of let the dream play. Because I can't affect it for some weird reason.
Okay, I walk away like 95%. Like lately,
have you lived entire days in your sleep?
No, not really. Usually,
I have.
Usually, it ends with like a cliffhanger.
A cliffhanger?
Yeah,
or like the best part or something.
No, or
it's like you're about to reach the climax of your story, and then
the other issue is like I only get a dreams when I have a fever. So like I have to be sick in order to have a dream.
Yeah.
I don't know why it works, but this is how my brain works. But one of the things is that when I typically do dream, I find that whatever the scenario is, it's usually like at the peak of this, like someone died, or like
so the climax.
Yeah, or like I'm falling.
There was a murder. You're about to turn into a superhero, and then boom, you wake up.
Or I'm falling, or like
you're falling.
Or I'll have dreams about people in my life.
Yeah,
things like bad things happening to them.
Yeah,
and I get the news.
And then I have those dreams, and they are the worst.
Yeah,
because like you're just like no, like I would never. No, I would never want this to happen.
You know what's really crazy? I had a dream once where someone was carrying a baby. Yeah, and then like 2 weeks later, they announced that they were having a baby. But I saw them in a dream. Like I haven't had this conversation. They're gonna hear this on the podcast. So I had a dream about someone carrying a baby. Yeah, but I never interacted with them. Like I saw them in the dream, just carrying a baby, and I'm like, that's odd.
Yeah, it's weird.
2 weeks later, boom, they post on like their socials that they're having a kid, and I was like, what? Like, how did this just? When did this? How did? Like, I don't understand.
Sometimes like it's hard to believe, like, because sometimes you just have those kinds of dreams where it's just like, am I psychic? Yeah, like because you have a dream. Yeah. The night before, and then all of a sudden, the next day, it's happening like your dream. Yeah. Like, there was this one time, I remember, and I never forget it. There was one time, I dreamt of going to the movies. Okay. Yeah. We had not discussed it the day prior or anything. Yeah. And, like, I even saw, like, the person's face of, like, who would give us the tickets and stuff like that. Because it's almost always the same person working. Like, yeah. Right? But I had the dream of going. Yeah. To see to go see a specific movie. Yeah. And like, I remember the way I got into the car, the way I put on the seatbelt, down to like the finest detail, down to where the spot where I sat. And this freaked me out because I got home, my mom's just like, let's go to the movies. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay. Get into the car the same way, same route. Because it's only one route.
It's only one route. I mean, there's two routes, but
the same person who I dreamt giving us the tickets gave us the tickets the exact same way. And the thing that tripped me up was that we sat in the same spot. Yeah. Like, my brain was just, I was losing it. I was just like, I have powers. Because I was just a kid. I was like, what, like 10, 12? I was like, I have superpowers. You know, it's been written. I have superpowers.
So let it be written.
So let it be done.
No, and there's nobody got that reference just now.
Okay. If you've watched the Ten Commandments, the old one, you know, the one that's like 3 hours, the good one. Yeah. No, but I've had dreams like that. Remember how there was also last year, 2 years ago. Yeah. Where we went running. Yeah. And I'm just like, I feel so weird right now. And you're like, and I'm like, and you're like, why? And I'm like, it's like deja vu.
That was like 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, that's what I said 2 years ago. I said a year ago, and then I'm like, 2 years ago. Okay. Right? So, me and my brother were going running, okay? And there's like a path we always take. And I'm just like, we did this last time. And then literally before we start like walking to like the main road, I'm like, a gray car is going to pass by. A gray car passes by. And you just kind of look at me like, what's going on here? And then we walk by, and I'm just like, oh, there's going to be a squirrel right there. And the squirrel passes by. And then we make it to a specific spot, and I'm just like, there's supposed to be a car there, but there's a bike. Yeah. And I'm just like, it's different this time. And you just still looking at me like, you weirdo. Like, what's going wrong with you? And I'm just like, I've done this like 4 times already. And you're like, what are you talking about? And that was like, I have so many weird experiences like that.
Our mom's like that.
Yeah.
Our mom. She's never been on the podcast, but our mom has dreams. I kid you. Look. Dreams. I mean, our mom has dreams where, like, I kid you not, if we lived in like the 1800s, she would have been burned at the stake by now.
Probably.
Like, that's the kind of dreams our mom's at. Like,
no, because our mom, all of a sudden, she'll wake up crying. She's like, something bad happened in my dream. She's like,
and with like family or
with like family or like a friend or something. Yeah. And then all of a sudden,
she'll get a phone call.
And there's bad news.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's absurd. It's absurd. And that's some kind of clairvoyance.
I don't ask questions.
I don't ask questions, and I don't want to investigate because I don't want to get into that. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of sketch.
It's sus, you know. It's sus. Like, I'm not about that. I'm definitely not about that.
It's eco-friendly.
I don't know. watch somebody watch some witch fact check us. You can't do that.
I mean, I don't.
Well, it happened. Okay, you can't do that. It happened. I have proof. Well, I have a witness.
Apparently, dreams are like a result of like the conscious mind.
Yeah,
trying to shut. That's like the screensaver mode of the conscious mind. The only problem is that the conscious mind and dreams are in the subconscious. So like, in order to tap into the subconscious mind, is like nearly impossible.
What's it called? There's people people that literally train to achieve that like subconscious while meditating.
Yeah.
And I find that to be like ridiculous. Because imagine if your subconscious was studying for you, like, or something, or for like an exam.
Yeah.
Imagine how many hours you just saved studying in your mind.
Subconscious.
And then you just meditate and you're like, I'm in.
I'm all good.
I'm all good. I can go into this thing. Like, what? Like, please, man. Like, can I have this?
Can I have this superpower?
Like,
are we handing this out?
That's crazy.
Well, the other thing too is like subconscious things tend to happen in habits that we have.
Yeah.
Like people who bite their nails, or people who like
walk into the kitchen without even knowing. Or knowing why they walked into the kitchen, because it's a habit of grabbing food.
Yeah, like those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Like biting your nails.
That's actually a habit I got rid of.
There are people who like are constantly touching their face.
Yeah.
Or like they're playing with their hair. Or...
See, and those people can't play poker.
Yeah. Well,
no, because think about it. Like, there's also a joke like in Seinfeld, where it's just like where depending, like when you ask somebody a relationship question of like how their relationship's going, depending on where their hand goes on their face when they're answering the question is how their relationship status is going. Yeah. So you got your chin. You know, if you scratch your chin, it's going well. You know, if you scratch by the lip, you're like, like you had an argument recently. Yeah. If you get to the nose, you're like, we're a little iffy, and you're scratching your head. You're like, I gotta get out of here. You know. That's the the psychology behind this.
There's psychology. No, I think that a lot of people don't understand that these things are just like so subconscious, and the fact that you do them without
thinking,
like there are people,
you're thinking, but you're not really.
I know,
thinking.
But there are people who like the back of your pen. Yeah, there are people who chew on that. Yeah, I met a guy who like he would chew on this like in class. Yeah. Back when we could go to class. Yeah.
Pre-COVID.
And, he would chew on the back of his pen. And I remember he had the same pen, like, an entire semester. By the end of the semester, like, it was just, like, completely destroyed.
That's disgusting.
And then I'm like, one day I was like, can I borrow a pen? And he goes, here. I'm like, what in the world is that? And he goes, what? I'm like, do you have, like, a dog or a cat or something?
That's, like, been chewed up,
man. He's like, what do you mean? And he looks at his pen and he goes, I wonder how that happened. And then, like, literally a day later, I saw him chewing on it in class. And I was like, he doesn't even know he
doesn't even know he's using his pen as a chew toy.
Yeah, I was like, this guy has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's things that everybody does and they don't, like, they're just not aware. Yeah. Of what they're doing. Like my biggest pet peeve is when people chew and they chew with their mouth wide open. It's like, it's enraging.
You can't go to China.
I understand when it's for culture and I expect it. Okay. Yeah. I expect, okay?
Yeah. When it's culture.
It's culture. I respect that. I understand. I will suck it up and deal with it.
You understand the sentiment.
But if you're some Canadian or American, you've been raised with these American cultures and stuff, okay? Like, no. Chew with your mouth shut. I'll shut it for you. No, I can't. Like, it enrages me to a point of no, like, return. So, like, there's, like, things like chewing, scratching your head, cracking knuckles. But sometimes, you see, cracking knuckles gives relief. And there's, like, actual purpose to it. And you're aware when you do it because you can feel it. But yeah. Right? And then there's, like, stuff.
I met a girl who would tap her fingers from, like, on her thumb. From her index finger all the way to her pinky finger. Without, like, she would just stand there and just start doing it. And
then, just, like, tap the tips?
Yeah, the tips, all with her thumb. And then one day, I was talking about, I'm like, how whenever she's like in deep thought, she would do that. And then she's like, yeah, that's something my dad taught me when I was younger. And then all of a sudden, I was like, wonder that actually...
I tried this.
I wonder if that works. And now, like... I'll be in, like, some serious situation where I need to focus, and I'll start doing that. Like, subconsciously now.
See, that's why people put their hands together, and they, like, start to tap, like, their fingers. Yeah. Or people, like, smooth out their hands, like, if they're putting on lotion, because, like, it's a mental state that they can put themselves in to, like, think harder, or put more focus into something, like a fidget toy. Yeah. Like, the intention of a fidget toy is to help you, like, focus, right? Yeah. And that's, like, fidgeting with yourself, right? Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah. There are all these, like, strange techniques and things that people have learned over the years.
It's like tactile learning.
It's also like how people try to hack the brain.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Not like literally hack. No. I mean, like they
try to tap into parts of their brain. Yeah, to like I don't know, give themselves a boost of brain. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't ask questions, But like
it's like the people who take supplements to boost the brain.
Yeah, I don't understand why
they take a lot of omega-3, bro. That's it.
I know, like. You know, gotta help the brain. Gotta help diabetes.
Gotta help diabetes. Gotta help the brain.
Yeah.
Gotta help diabetes.
My heart isn't as strong no more.
It's gotta punch you real hard.
Yeah, like, you gotta help with asthma too, you know.
I'm like dying over here.
Yeah. No, it's just a lot of like. There's a lot of cool stuff about the human body. You know, it's like I was trying to say how like people tactile learn.
Yeah.
So like when like learning something new, they'll correlate a part of their body to that new thing.
Yeah.
Or like they'll correlate like visual learning.
Yeah.
So like they'll correlate an image with whatever they've just learned.
Yeah.
And then whenever they do that, it's like the technique of like learning people's names.
Yeah.
So when you ask somebody their name, ask them what it means, because then you have something to correlate their name with, and then you can remember it.
Yeah.
Or if you know somebody with that name, when you see them, picture that person, and then you'll remember the name.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I do that with music.
Yeah.
Like, I typically, like, when I'm studying, I'll pick one song, and that's the song for that subject.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the semester to the end of the semester.
Yeah.
That's that one. That's that song. That song now belongs to that class.
Yeah, I know.
And I only listen to it during that class. And if I hear it like in general public, like when we're on it, I'll start remembering stuff from class.
Yeah, honestly.
So, like, but what's really interesting is that a lot of people go, "But don't you get annoyed with the song?" I'm like, that's the thing. Because I'm studying with it on, it becomes really passive.
It becomes passive, and it becomes almost subconscious.
Exactly. But what's really cool, it becomes like white noise in the background.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is when I'm writing an exam or something, and I'm like, I don't remember something, I'll be like,
Gotta sing a song now.
No. Like, I'll just play the song in my head.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten really good at that. So I'll play a song in my head, and then like around like the chorus, it'll click in my brain. I'm like, oh,
there you go.
Got the answer. But it's like, it's really bizarre how that works. How the
and there's like a lot of studies proving that this is effective. And like for like individual like learning plans and stuff like that, it's actually in some people's like learning plans that they're allowed to have an MP3 player with them.
Yeah.
Like when writing an exam.
Yeah, I know. People are lucky.
Nah,
what was I going to say? You know what's really bizarre?
What?
I think about this all the time.
Yeah.
I think about the brain a lot. Like, a lot.
Oh.
But you know what's even more funny about this?
What?
Is that it never occurs to me that I have one of these things in those deep, like, you know what I mean? Like, in the deep thought, it doesn't hit me.
Have you ever tried to analyze yourself?
No, I know, but do you get what I mean? Like, I'll be so deep in thought about the brain.
Yeah.
And then
you'll click, oh, wait, I have a brain.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have one of those.
I have one of those. So why don't I just dissect myself?
You know what I mean? But it's like, it's one of those, like, it's so bizarre because you be thinking about it.
See, and like the thing is, like, normally when you tend to think of stuff, especially like when you try to think about psychology, you tend to correlate the psychology you're thinking of with people you like, and like people who are your friends. Yeah. So like, for example, like if you let's say there's some pretty girl you like or something, you know, if you think of scenarios, you'll think of scenarios and without even thinking about it, you'll move things in a way because you know they like it that way.
Yeah.
So like there's always like that thing of just like, you're in a group of people, and then somebody makes a joke, and the first person you look at is potentially the person that you care about.
Yeah.
And the reason you care about that person, and the reason you even looked at that person, is because you want to know what type of comedy they like. Because you want to be able to make that person laugh.
Yeah, but that's also conscious.
That's also conscious. And you just do it without thinking.
Yeah, but I mean...
And now that you know this, now that people know this, they're going to be like in a group and they're going to be like, wait a minute, I can't stare at anybody anymore. They're gonna,
everybody turns and looks at that guy.
Everybody turns and looks at that guy. Oh my gosh, everybody likes me. People care about me.
It's actually his birthday.
It's actually just his birthday and they're singing happy birthday and somebody made a joke of like cha-cha-cha at the end.
No, it's the other thing. It's like with physical attraction.
Yeah.
Physical attraction is all pheromone. It's all chemistry.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with how the person actually looks, which is a crazy... I mean, visually...
I mean, visually...
It helps.
It helps.
But realistically, if you were blind, you would still be attracted to that person regardless.
Yeah, because you're attracted to the little signals they're giving out to you, right?
Well, the other thing, too, is like, I remember when I was in high school. I don't know if I can tell this story without including... Okay, when I was in high school, there was this really, really pretty girl.
Okay.
She's really pretty.
Okay.
Really good looking.
I believe you.
Okay. So I'm just trying to word this without offending. So
okay.
So it was great until she spoke.
Oh, she had like a terrible voice, didn't she?
No, she sounded. It was terrible. It was a voice that wasn't pleasant to the ears. It was just a high frequency.
Oh, one of those.
And
see, because
it was okay. Look, it was.
I get you're trying not to offend.
No, it's not that I'm not. I'm not trying to offend. But what I'm trying to get is the fact that it's not that it wasn't a bad one. It just after a while,
it got annoying.
It got really really annoying.
See, there's some tonality and some frequencies that just people in general like to correlate with.
Here's the thing. It wasn't just me.
It was everyone.
Everyone felt like this.
She's like, man, she's so pretty, and like, man, like, but like that voice, just shut up.
This one guy was like, I remember this.
That's kind of mean.
I know it is, but I mean, we were like 14.
Okay,
we were like 14.
I understand that,
Yeah. And then, like,
teenagers stupid.
No, of course, but I remember
I just defended myself
because you still won.
Yeah,
but one of the things. So this is the kind of thing that typically happens, right?
Yeah,
really good looking, everyone's attracted to you, but as soon as you talk, it's like.
Yeah, it's like the personality. It's like Look, these are things that guys will notice.
Yeah,
and like girls would notice as well. So like it goes both ways.
Of course,
the first thing they'll notice is the visual appearance of beauty.
Yeah,
right. That's the first main attraction to get us even thinking, right?
For sure, yeah.
So, and then it's that, and then it's subtleties.
Mm-hmm.
The way they carry themselves is what also makes you feel attracted to them.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, oddly enough, personality. The third thing would be personality.
Yeah.
It's sad that it's not personality than visual.
One of the things that I think is interesting is
because subtleties also fall into the voice category.
Yeah, every girl thinks that there's only two things that guys notice.
Yeah.
And a girl physically.
Yeah.
But they're mistaken.
Yeah.
Like, most guys, I mean, normal guys.
Yeah.
These are, so, I mean,
what? Define normality.
People who aren't sick and then, people who are,
yeah, straightforward guys.
People know, decent human beings.
Okay, so.
Not a delinquent. Okay,
so
not a degenerate.
Not a dirtbag. Okay. Got it.
Typical guys will notice only three things.
Yeah.
And this is like, the third one's the most bizarre one because it makes no sense.
Yeah.
But it's on that list.
It's on that list.
Okay, so I'm sure you know this. The first one is typically the hair.
Yes.
Followed by the eyes.
Yes.
And the third one, which is really funny, is the shoulders. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense to shoulders, yeah.
But it's shoulders.
Yeah.
Why? I have no idea. Why are we looking at people's shoulders?
I don't know.
Every girl just became conscious about her shoulders.
They're just like, oh my gosh, I'm wearing shirts now to like cover up my shoulders. No, but I don't. It's like the reason. This is why I think it's shoulders. Okay, yeah. Like my mental breakdown of why I think shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know how like you see a girl, if they got broad shoulders, it tells you, it gives you an appearance. Mm-hmm. That like you can not like, I don't want to say like you can judge the character of the person.
Actually, I think it has to do with the hair length.
That too, I guess. Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
See,
ultimately,
but like because like how like girls have that tendency of doing something cute,
yeah,
and the shoulders just kind of go in. Those types of things are what a guy notices, and the girl's just like, what? Like, why are you looking at me like that? And you're just like...
Yeah, I can't tell you.
I can't tell you that right now.
Because it's just weird.
Right?
Yeah.
But, like, things like... because normally, like, when they shrug their shoulders or something...
Yeah.
It's just, again, that has to deal with, like, posture.
Yeah.
And the way they carry
themselves.
But
That little quirk that
it's that little quirk that...
the way that they go
which is odd because every girl has it slightly different.
Yes. Which makes no sense. Like, none of this makes sense.
Like, how can shoulder movement be so vital?
Apparently, it's vital.
Yeah.
But this is
now every guy who listens to this podcast is gonna be like, how does my girl's shoulders look like?
Imagine it's that one guy who never thought about this, and then like all of a sudden
they're just clicking right now. They're just like, oh my gosh, the hair length, the eyes, the shoulder. Oh my god,
how does this work?
Yeah,
like it makes no sense, right? Like I don't understand why. Like actually, there was this friend of mine.
Yeah,
I wanted her on the podcast, but we didn't have her on the podcast. She was very tomboyish, shall we say? So she was always like wearing really baggy clothes and then one day she had to go to this event after class and she came all dressed up and she was wearing this shirt that showed her shoulders.
Yeah.
And then this guy turns out he's like, I just when you talk to someone and in their head they're a guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sure.
Like
he goes, and then suddenly you see them and then they're not a guy anymore. And I go, I've never had this happen.
I've never had this happen. What are you saying?
Like, yeah, like, what are you trying to get at?
Some undercover spy or something?
Yeah, like, I don't understand. Like, what is this? And then he goes,
kind of infiltration.
He's like, no, that's how I feel about this girl right now. And then it hit me, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. And he goes, what? I'm like, yeah, because whenever we're talking, I treat her like one of the guys. Like, I never been like that, like, I gotta be.
You have the guy mindset.
Yeah, like, I talk to her like a guy, but. Yeah. in that moment, it hit me hard. I was like,
and then you're like, I can't change my personality now because that's gonna look like.
I'm like, she got shoulders. It was like, I'm like, but it was really funny because afterwards she heard us talking about this. Yeah. And then she jumped into the conversation.
See, like,
and it was just so funny because even she could acknowledge that, like that she's like, yeah, I'm very much like a guy, but at the same time, like,
see,
I'm not.
See, like, that's also another thing. Like, for some odd reason, and we have no idea why. I mean, we know why, but I can't say
we just don't like to admit
we don't. I'm not going to say this on the podcast, okay? We like when girls wear baggy clothing. But this is why. This is normally why. It's because we correlate baggy clothing with the night after, okay? You know, like the day after, you know?
Well, here's the other thing, too. Yeah. Girls will often say that they get hit on most when they look their worst.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting about that? It's not that they look their worst.
It's that that's their most realist moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't understand. It would make sense. Actually, you should feel more complimented than when you're not.
Like, I gotta read some more case studies.
No, but it's true. I often find that to be true. Like, especially her sister, she's all the time.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll have people honk at me, like, when I'm walking or something.
When she tries, she's like, guys won't even bat an eye.
Yeah. And then I'm like, you know why? I'm like, why? Because every girl out there is like, you know, a lot of makeup or, you know, super this. And it looks like guys have now acknowledged that it's artificial.
Yeah.
And when I wake up in the morning and I turn over,
you want to see that,
and I turn over, I'm like, I'm going to see the disheveled person.
Yeah.
And if I don't like the disheveled person,
yeah, exactly,
then there's a problem.
Yeah, the guy has to be able to like your disheveled version.
Yeah.
You know? And like, I'm not going to give tips out here and now, like, you know, but if you're a girl, you know, and there's a guy you like, try showing up disheveled, see what happens.
No, wear less makeup.
or just
show up, or just
show up like just casual, you know? Don't try too hard.
Just find a scenario where you two can be, where you have to be disheveled.
Yeah.
It's like go swimming.
That's not disheveled. That's just...
Gets
I'd rather not talk about this.
Gets waterproof makeup.
That is like the worst mistake you could do. See, like, maybe just wear a little bit of foundation. That's about it. Don't be like those people who are just like, I gotta go on tour, you know, I gotta add some blush in. No, just put on a little bit of foundation, blend it in, you know, make yourself look okay. That's it. Stop there. That's all you need. Don't try any further.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need.
That's all you need?
That's all you need, period.
Okay.
Finish the sentence.
All right.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we should wrap it. This conversation is something that you normally... This is... What you people just heard right now is guy talk.
Yeah.
This is what guy talk is. For all those girls who were wondering of what guys talk about, yes, we do talk about girls sometimes, but we get deep down into comic books.
Yeah.
The psychology. Not really. I mean,
we get into really deep conversations.
Okay, look. We get into deep conversations about personality.
Yeah.
And you know when a girl says guy can only think of like 3 things or 2 things.
Yeah.
You know, it's not true. It's just straight up not true. Not unless, you know.
I mean, like, okay.
Not unless they're a little mentally sick.
You know the worst problem is when a girl says, "What do you like about me?" Half of the things are just too weird to say out loud.
Yeah. Because it makes you look like a creep.
Yeah, exactly. Like some of these things we can't say out loud because like who notices these things?
Because like I hate that question with a passion.
It's like I can't answer this right now.
I can't like just know like and this is the answer I've given before.
Yeah.
I'm like just know there's a lot I could say right now.
Yeah.
But just know there's a lot.
Yeah.
And
you're gonna have to accept that.
you're just gonna have to live with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Cause like, and then they're just like, no, come on, like, tell me something. I'll just give them a stereotype, and this is why. And that's what every guy does. They just give them the stereotype.
Yeah.
Just so that way they're not in on our secrets.
No, just so they can let it go.
Just so that way they can let it go. Your eyes.
Yeah.
Or your hair.
Yeah.
You got a nice, you know.
Yeah. I can't get too deep into this.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it's like, the deeper I go, the worse, like, I mean, like, maybe.
I feel like I'm going to get a text message.
I feel like we're both going to get a lot of text messages. Like, this is like.
I can't deal with this kind of stuff.
You know what's great about this?
What?
So right after this.
We're exposing guy mentality.
No, right after this, we have to go to a wedding.
Oh my gosh.
My phone's going to be blowing up in the middle.
I can't. No. Oh, shit. I'm never showing this podcast to anyone ever again. Like, now they know how I think. Well, no, they don't know how I think because there's this conversation could go so much further.
This is like the tip of the iceberg.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. The psychology behind, like, and see, the thing is, like, why we know so much psychology, it's beyond my reasoning.
Well, I mean, in my case, I took a lot of psychology.
Also, I read your psychology books.
I mean, I've taken an absurd amount of psychology. Like, I've taken so much psychology, I could be a psychologist.
I know. Like, I'm scared for how good I'm gonna be at psychology class.
You know what worries me?
What?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of history still.
Yeah.
But you know what worries me is the fact that, like, I have a tendency of psychoanalyzing without psychoanalyzing.
Oh, same.
So, like, I'll be, especially when, like, I'm in that situation when I'm talking to a girl.
Yeah.
I'll start, like, looking at her posture and all stuff. And then I'll be like, wait a minute. I'm like, I gotta lean away.
Like, back it up.
This is getting too close. I can't.
No, see, like, and that's also a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, then it sends triggers to the girl as well.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, that's why guys struggle so much at life. Because, see, they're thinking
We'd rather play negligent than say we know.
Yeah, than say we know. Like, you know, like, we definitely just psychoanalyzed you without even realizing some guys don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
They're doing it subconsciously. They just checked out your shoulders. They just looked at your lips. They just looked at your eyes. If a guy does the triangle, yeah,
then just know this guy probably has some kind of, like, thing for you.
Yeah.
If he looks at you dead in the eyes...
Okay, this is where you stop.
Okay, no. This is the only tip I'm going to give everybody. Okay? If the guy's looking at your eyes... and then he looks at your lips, and then turns away, and then looks back at the eyes. That's it.
We're now a dating advice podcast. How to get a girl.
That's it.
How to get a guy.
It's like those TikToks of, like, how to flirt from a distance. I love those things. Because there's some actual fact behind it, but it's not, like, total, like, reasoning.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great. I just love watching those.
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense, but I love it.
All right. You want to wrap up?
All right, guys. This has been a sophisticated Two Latin Brothers podcast episode, you know, with dating advice. Not really. We gave no dating advice. We just told you how attraction works. If you didn't take health class, I don't know.
Does health class even help you with this stuff?
Safe sets, you know. Mm-hmm. Safe sets. Safe sets, always.
Gotta get that HR on it.
Yeah, safe sets. Or anyways, we'll catch you guys for the next episode. Make sure to, like, subscribe if you can, or follow our Instagram. You know, we're trying to upload every week. We'll see what we'll upload this time. I don't know. We've been coming more of, like, a photography Instagram.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty soon we're gonna probably transform that a little bit more. Maybe give you, like, some more insight.
Yeah.
Maybe on some behind the scenes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure, I didn't say my usual. Make sure to like, subscribe, you know, like, share with your donkey, share with your rooster, share with your chinchilla, your teddy bear, I don't know, like, share with that.
Anyways. Teddy bear next to you.
Probably. Anyways, catch you guys in the next one. About that now. Okay, we're gonna cut this thing. Okay, bye.
Bye.